Okay, we just talked about the king, the most important piece on the chessboard, and we now talk about the queen, which in the starting position is right next to the king. So it's on d1 and on d8. And the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. Why is this? Because the queen can move to many squares in one move. So from the starting position on a clear board, the queen can go the whole files and the whole ranks. So I can move, for example, to A1, to B1, to C1, to E1, F1, G1, H1. So this is all possible. And the same is on the D file. I can move to D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, and D8. So I could also capture and take away the black queen. So if I move to D8 now, the black queen would be history and disappear from the board. But this is not all. The queen can also move on diagonals. So it's possible to go to E2, F3, G4, or H5. And the same here on the other side on C2, B3, and A4. So you have many possibilities and options on a clear board, on an empty board, where the queen moves to. So let's assume we choose to move to H5. So we just touch the queen and move the queen to H5. The black queen has the same options. You can move on diagonals, on the ranks of files, and but it's not possible, for example, to capture now the take away the white queen, because we can just move, for example, to G5 or H4, but not to H5 in one move. We need two moves. We could go, for example, to H8 and then later on to H5, but it takes two moves. Let's assume we go to D6. So it's white's turn again, and there are a lot of options now on the diagonals again, on the files and on the rank. And let's assume we just go to E5. So you can see it's not a problem if a queen comes close to the other queen. The king, we talked about it, he needs to be cautious. He is not allowed to move to a square which is controlled by another opponent pieces. So here the black queen can take the white queen now. For sure we can also move to other squares, like said in the rules, but let's assume we just take the queen. So as you can see now, there are no white pieces more to move. So it's just the black queen on the board. So there is a material advantage for black. So this is a queen, and we next talk about the rook.